So hi everyone, I'm Dr. Sandeep, and in this session of the interview lectures or interview sessions that we are having, I have with me Miss Shamalina Datta. She is from the aromatic plants, the land of aromatic plants, Assam. Very close to the location. I am right now residing in Meghalaya, in Shillong. She has completed her master's and bachelor's from in English, and she has done her B.Ed from Guwahati University. But the main point is she's currently pursuing her M.Ed from the Department of Education, Guwahati University. So the topic that we have for today, this is very apt, and we have the right person to discuss on this with us. So Shamalima, this is actually the first online interview we are having for Blog Tandoori. Since we are going to publish it very soon on our website as well as on our YouTube channel, I'd like to ask you to just introduce yourself to our audience in your own words.
Okay, hi. So, hi Sandeep. Uh, I'm Shamalima Datta from Assam. As I have already completed my Masters in English Education, and then I'm currently pursuing my M.Ed from Department of Education, Guwahati University. So, I'm in the final year of my semester.
So, can we say that like by next year, probably you will be in the teaching profession?
Yeah, probably, hopefully, because this pandemic situation has, brought up so much of uncertainty in our lives. I was supposed to like end my examination in the month of March, April, but today it's almost August and I have not completed it. So hopefully, let's keep the hope.
So I guess this brings us all to the first question that being in the field of education, being a teacher, B.Ed plays a very important role. But
Yes,
many
yes.
of the teachers who are around are basically not having any kind of B.Ed degree. Let's say, for example, the engineering colleges in India, or some deficient colleges and all, which actually needs teachers, and they are not really looking into the qualification. So, what kind of impact basically B.Ed has on teaching techniques? Entirely your say. See, what's your take on that?
B.Ed. B.Ed is considered a mandatory like qualification if we look from the school perspective. But as I have completed my B.Ed and now also I'm doing my M.Ed. M.Ed is required for if you go for the higher like higher qualifications like if you want to apply in the B.Ed colleges or in SCRT, NCRT. For that purpose, we require B.Ed. But from the teaching point of view, if I see that I feel teaching is a skill, right? Everyone can't teach. Even we have come across so much of qualified teachers, professors, but we are somewhere or the other, we are not comfortable or we don't like to attend that class. Why is it so? Maybe we are looking for something else. Maybe we are looking for the skills or the techniques. So BEd teaches you so many things, It will teach you about the art of teaching. It will provide you with the background of the history that education policies and all sorts of conceptual theoretical things. So basically BEd is not only limited to that how you will teach or how you will gain the knowledge. So it is an overall concept where will provide you about the psychology of the students, because in a classroom, if there are 50 students, some might be a slow learner, some might be a gifted children. So you have to understand the psychology of the students also, how you will tackle those students. So in that case, it's like it's good that if you have a BA degree, at least you are aware of some skills, some techniques, or some the way how a teaching learning method takes place. So in that case, I think BA should consider the important degree, a requisite qualifications, not only for the school level, even if you want to go for the college or for the university teaching, it is an important thing. I feel so.
So like in general, that's the general thought. I'm sure like every people has their right to their own thoughts. The thing is, most of the
Yes,
people
yes.
usually are thinking about doing a B.Ed and then straight away landing with a teaching job, because doing an B.Ed means you are more or less interested in teaching. Well, in today's world, whether you really have the teaching skill or not, that's a secondary question, more or less, right?
Yes, yes, right.
People are actually looking more for job orientation, job oriented courses and all. But then how did you decide of doing an M.Ed? And what do you think is the importance of doing an M.Ed after B.Ed as far as quality is concerned?
Quality is concerned.
Yeah.
See,
But then I'd
for
like to
M.Ed,
ask you why you thought about doing an M.Ed before you answer
why
the
I thought,
quality. Yeah.
okay. So, okay. M.Ed is required, like if you want to go for the teaching in the B.Ed colleges or if you want to apply for the SCRD diet, all those institutions, MEd is compulsory. Like for example, we need NET or SLET to sit or apply for the post. So in that case, MEd is an important qualification or mandatory qualification, you can say. But joining MEd course, I never thought that I would come across or I'll get to know about so many subjects or so many things that MEd has provided. It's not only a degree, but MEd will teach you about the administration, management, right from technology up to sociology, psychology. So it's a combination of so many subjects that you have to complete in 2 years. Apart from that, we have a paper called that is research paper, that is methodology paper. So we have again a dissertation paper. So you will also know about like all those research writing and all. How do you need to write your thesis? The way we have in our PhD, you need to research proposal and all. So MEd basically will give you about the administration, right from managing educational administration to the management, preparing your synopsis, and right up to the mental health education, because mental health education is an important topic now. We all talk about mental health. So for a teacher or for someone who is in the teaching profession, knowing about the mental health, knowing about the mental hygiene is an important thing. At least we teachers that we know about the mental health of the students, or we give suggestions how to cope up with the current situation. So these are some topics which MEd has provided. And I think, because teaching is considered to be a noble profession. And along with the noble profession, we look up to teachers into so many other aspects, like from giving us the guidance to the friend, philosopher, and guidance, which we say. So MEd has given me all those things. At least it has taught me a little bit. So I thought that before joining MEd program, I did not know about it. But after I joined it, gradually I'm trying to learn or trying to know. That's all.
So that's actually a great insight, because many of us do
Yes,
know
yes.
about BEd, but people
Yeah.
are not really much aware of the importance of MEd in a
MEd.
teaching course. So
Yes,
like
yes.
if I ask you the next question, like for example, when people was thinking about pursuing BEd, let's say around 5-6 years
Mm.
back, more or less people thought about doing it, let's say from IGNOU. They might be already in a teaching profession by doing it in a distance education system, But nowadays IGNOU has made it very strict. They're basically going for an entrance exam. You must already be
Yes, yes.
doing some kind of teaching somewhere. You must be having
Mm.
some around, I think, 2 years of teaching experience and on. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not from the field.
Mm.
So
No,
why do
no.
you think that it has become more and more tougher to actually get a BEd degree nowadays?
The tougher is that earlier there was no system of that entrance examinations. I think I applied in 2015 and we were the first batch that gave entrance, and then we got a seat in the colleges. So in that case, qualifying the entrance examination is again, a tough thing, because earlier what happened, you pass your graduation or you qualify your post graduation, directly you used to apply. And nowadays what happened, everyone is running after BEd degree. Whether they really want to go for teaching or not, that is a second thing. But maybe people have for the safe side also. Many of them are thinking. So in that case also, and the seats are also limited. As far as I know, the seats are also limited. And according to the seats, the numbers of candidates are increasing day by day. So that is one again thing. Again, the paper. I mean the whatever paper comes in the examination, in the entrance examination, that is also a tough, because you will have subjective, objective. In that manner, nowadays the paper is set. Even the same thing happened for the MEd. Earlier, MEd was like you have your merit, you get a seat. Nowadays for MEd also they are conducting the entrance examinations. So entrance examination and passing an examination, the theoretical one is different. So in that case, I think it's difficult to get a seat now. You have to be more prepared for the entrance examination. You have to prepare yourself well. So according to me, I think that is one criteria.
So I guess the teachers out there who are actually listening to this conversation, is very important that you are really passionate about teaching, right? That's
You
more
have to be passionate,
right.
passion. Teaching is all about passion.
Right. So we have this new education policy now. We have got 5+3+3+4,
That's
and
more.
more or less, it's more or less right now unpredictable, because we really don't know how the things are going to shape up. Because the policy is ready, many I think maximum people are in favor of it. So what do you think is the importance of doing a BEd and a MEd course in this new system? Probably the new system won't be in total effect maybe in the next 7-8 years. By then might
Mhm.
be a new batch will come up, will actually follow that kind of setup. So what do you think is the effect or importance of having a B.Ed and M.Ed in this new education system?
New education. See, now NCT, they have even introduced an integrated B.Ed course. From earlier only, this discussion was going on that by 2021, uh, they will have that B.Ed, that integrated B.Ed course, which is of 4 years. That means along with your graduation, it will be like those who want to really go for the medical and entrance. Right after class 12, they decide. So in that way, like they have, I think, NCT and all the top people who are in the position, that thought that teaching should also be considered in that manner. Right after you complete your 12, if you really want to go for teaching, you have, at least you have an option now. BA, BSc BEd, BA BEd, or BCom BEd in that course. That is an integrated one. And even if you don't want to go for the integrated course, you can go for the 2-year BEd degree also. So if you're asking me about the importance of BEd, that means nowadays what happened, I see that people, first they don't think about teaching. Once they don't have a job in the other fields, once they don't get a job in their desired or their dream institute or their dream companies or whatever, then they come to teaching. But that should not be. That should not be, because if you are not passionate enough for teaching, if you really don't love teaching, ultimately it's all about love and passion, then how can you be in that profession for so long? Because coping up with so much of variety, with different kinds of students, with different backgrounds, coping up with so much of stress, conflict, everything, I think teaching is a tough job. Teaching is a tough job. So the passion has to be there, and it's important, and it's it's very important for you to inculcate those habit, you can say, or those that dream in a very tender age of your life. So 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 in that pattern, that means from the very day you are in your ninth standard or your 10th standard, or formal years of the education, if you really want to go for a teaching, at least you will shape your path in that way, or you mold your direction. So if you think that, okay, I'll have my graduation along with the BEd, you can go for the integrated course, and MEd is an optional if you want to go for that higher position. So after MEd, you have a like, at least you can sit for your net exam also, education. Earlier I did not know about that, so you have an option in that field, you can explore more.
Right. So I think we have a good insight on that. So finally, to conclude this, many of the students or even some of the teachers who are teaching but doesn't have a B.Ed degree are a bit apprehensive on how to go about doing the B.Ed course. So let's say we have a student who is in class 11 or class 12, and but by that time he or she might be aware enough to know that, okay, I might be a good teacher. So what is the procedure step by step to get into a B.Ed degree? Approaching towards a
Right
B.Ed degree.
after,
Yeah. Let's say a student is in class 11 or 12. What are your tips? Okay. And if you can guide everyone on the procedure to actually get a B.Ed degree.
okay, for that. Now, if they want to go for the integrated course, that is a 4 years course. So that is up to them, how they like, So, and if they don't want to go for a integrated course also, then also they have an option. That is, they can complete the graduation and then they can get enrolled. But yes, now since getting a seat is also tough, so you have to prepare well for your entrance. I think now most of the universities, they have entrance only. The direct admission procedure is not there. So for to qualify the entrance, you need a good marks, and they already give you the syllabus. You have to prepare in that order. And syllabus, we have that child development also is there. Some general knowledge also comes. So we will get the syllabus. And different universities, I mean, like the syllabus differs from universities to universities. So in that case, the student have to prepare well. Like the way the people they prepare for the entrance examinations in medical, like NEET and all, JEE. So it's the same thing. If you really want to go for the integrated course, you need to qualify your B.Ed entrance examination. That is the only thing I can say.
So
And there
so
is no
so like
shortcut.
is
You have
is
to
it is
prepare
it a
well.
is it a good idea, because someone is, suppose he's a physics teacher like me. Okay,
Mhm.
someone is doing physics or maths and he has done his degree in BSc. For B.Ed, I guess you do need a master's degree, right? You are not really can you do a B.Ed after a BSc degree? Is there any kind of provision in the Indian universities?
Yes, yes, yes. Yes,
Okay.
you can do your because for B.Ed, you like after BA or BSc you can do it.
So is
But
there an integrated course where it's possible that a student can be an M.Ed with B.Ed after BSc, after his bachelor's degree, under graduation?
Bachelor's degree, yes, see, after bachelor's you can do your B.Ed and then
Okay.
M.Ed also. But like
Okay.
later on, if you want
Mhm.
to go for the teaching, if you want
Uh-huh.
to go for your higher studies, like you
Uh-huh.
want to you need to do an M.Phil or PhD. For that case, they will ask you about your master's degree in your
Okay.
subject. Suppose
Okay.
you are from physics or someone is from botany,
Uh-huh.
zoology, so
Uh-huh.
they prefer it.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
preference is in that manner. So it's safe for you. It's good for you if you
Uh-huh.
have a master's degree in your subject.
Okay. And what's your suggestion on one of the top university or the top universities that are present on giving good lesson in B.Ed in India right now?
Top universities, see,
Yeah.
about top universities, I think the more or less the syllabus are same. Even I have
Okay.
checked out the NEHU syllabus also for
Mm-hmm.
the M.Ed program. It's
Mm-hmm.
like some papers, if it is not in the first year, they give it in the second year. So more or less it's same. And
Okay.
regarding marks also, like it's not like out of the track. But regarding again top universities, I don't think so. It will play so much of difference because ultimately it's all about the skills and you have to know about the subject, know about the content. So it differs from universities to universities. Maybe regarding the marking system, we can talk about because marks is also an important thing. No? You
So is
will
the
gain
marking
knowledge, it's
system
fine, but
are the marking systems different in different universities in India?
I think so. I think so because scoring a marks in Guwahati University, since I am a student of this, I feel a
Uh-huh.
bit tough. One
Okay.
question comes 15 marks, and
Okay.
that's again an application-based question, a synthesis-based question, and so it differs. They ask your views. Our question papers are set in
Uh-huh.
such a manner. You have the syllabus, you
Uh-huh.
will be given everything, but
Uh-huh.
the question are set in such a manner that you have to think it. Now, what will I write? And even in the B.Ed course, we have learned about how to design a question paper. Earlier from the school level, we used to get question, discuss a topic or discuss something on like the Mughal Empire or whatever. Now I got to learn that we should not use the word discuss. Our
Okay.
sir told,
Re-
what will you discuss in the question paper?
Recently,
Whom
I've
we
set
are
up
we
a
asking?
question paper. I've written to discuss.
Yes,
I think I'll remove that now.
yes. Yes,
Thanks for the
so
tip.
exactly. Even I did not know about that. So
Okay.
these are and again, some things you will get to know. Like you will see that a question paper, question paper, more or less two questions are
Mm-hmm.
same things are only asked, but
Mm-hmm.
there is again a writing in the how you will present it, whether it's
Okay.
an application based question or
Uh-huh.
whether it's a comprehension based question. So it
Uh-huh.
differs. What are
Okay.
the things you need to write?
Okay.
You don't have to write. So these are
Huh.
things you can learn from the M.Ed program.
Right. Right.
A
Right.
good
Right. Right.
one. Like
Okay.
even I learned it.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, it's an entire new degree, an entire new branch of education, right? Teaching
Yes, yes, yes.
before we can teach, we should know how to
Hmm.
teach. So that's really important. So
Yes.
finally, Guwahati University, you're basically following a graded system, right? Or you are having a percentage system still exist in there?
Percentage system. For MA,
Okay,
we are having a percentage system.
okay.
Hmm.
And what about B.Ed also? They had a percentage
They are
system there.
having, I think, till our batch, it was percentage only.
Okay,
Percentage is required. Yeah.
okay,
Nowadays, they don't get lots of percentage. Like, I don't know,
okay,
because we have internship also, no? Internship also, again, like, is a 4 months.
okay.
Be it. Go to the schools, teach, then
Mm-hmm.
prepare your report and submit it. So it is a
Okay,
long duration of months.
okay, okay. So I think this session of discussion was enlightening enough, especially for the students of Northeast, even more specifically for the students of Assam. I do believe that the views that we have put in here are generally in nature and it can be applied anywhere throughout India for taking any kind of
Mhm.
admission. So I'd like to thank Shabolima so much for this discussion. I'm sure that with time we'll be having more and more people looking into this video, finding better knowledge and better idea. And with the start of this new education policy, I think this becomes more and more relevant. So before I end, I'd like to ask all my viewers to do subscribe, like, and share blogtanduri.com. I'm not going to say my guest to say that. Shamolima has done, as you have heard from the her discussion, that she has also done a course on mental health. It's very important, mental hygiene, and she has some lectures on that on YouTube. I'll post the link at the bottom. Okay, okay. That's very important. You can listen to that and you can have more ideas about the importance of having mental health when we are talking about today's educational policy, education system, and so on. So with that, we will actually end our session. Thank you. Thank you, Shamulina, so much. You have some concluding
Thank you so
words?
much. Me, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You since I am a student, I won't be considering myself into that position. But then also, whatever I learn from my teachers and my faculties, I'm sharing it so that people they know it's good that we create an awareness. And regarding mental health education, is a very important topic. not only in B.Ed and M.Ed, like every individual should be aware of that. It's seen that we're ignoring the mental health. We give importance to the physical health.
So we can tell it's a part of life skills, right?
It is a part of life skills. Yes, it is a life, and like we should give utmost importance to it.
Right.
So yeah, thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my, whatever experience I could gather.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.